The 2023 spring sports season at Watertown High School just continues to deliver week after week. This week, highlighted by a pair of exciting games from the baseball team and the girls lacrosse team, which is where we'll start tonight. The girls lacrosse team celebrating their 7 seniors on Tuesday night during senior night against Waltham, and this was a wild one. This was a back and forth game throughout the final minutes of regulation, Watertown taking a lead, and then on the other end of the field, Waltham tying it up at 13 late in the game, and we went to a sudden death overtime period where junior Molly Driscoll got herself a penalty shot and then proceeded to do her best Bobby Orr impression, cutting across the front of the net, falling to the ground, putting the ball into the back of the net in the process, giving Watertown a thrilling 14-13 win on their senior night. Watertown did lose the following game, but now stand at 6-7, good for 20th in the most recent Division IV power ranking. So right now they stand to make the playoffs. The Raiders baseball team continued its season of grit this week. In the bottom of the first inning against Burlington on Tuesday night, Daniel Tatry's line drive single scored Casey Williams to put Watertown on the board. Bottom of the third now, the lefty Williams singled to center to score Peyton Andrade, and then Emilio Byrne also had himself an RBI single in the inning to make it 3-0. Watertown took a 3-1 lead into the fifth, but a wild pitch by Casey Williams lets the Red Devils get within a run. Williams did have himself a nice game otherwise, allowing just one hit and striking out 11, including his 150th career punch-out for the recent Rhode Island College commit. Coach Aaron Manukian pulled him after 115 pitches and put in Owen Newland to close it out in the seventh. With a runner on second and 2 outs in the top of the seventh, Burlington smokes this ball, but shortstop Emilio Byrne skies to make the catch and save the game for the Raiders. This kid has come up big for Watertown this season. Watertown is now 7-7 on the season as of this broadcast, and they are, as we record right now on May 11th, having their senior night festivities in a home game over at Victory Field. So be sure to check in to our social media on Friday for the latest on how the Raiders baseball team is doing, as they are now 47th in the Division III power rankings. So they have to get to 500 to qualify for the playoffs if that ranking system is to stand. The Raiders softball team also earned a nice win this week at home, beating Melrose 7-2 at Philipella Park. They are 4 games below 500, but are still poised to grab a playoff spot as they are 30th in the power rankings. Basically, the top 32 teams in any of the given sports power rankings have an automatic bid for the postseason, whereas if you finish 33 or lower, you have to have a 500 record or better just to qualify for a play-in game. So that wraps up this week in Raiders sports. We'll be back next week with the latest updates and highlights from around the world of spring sports. Until then, back to Rob and Jim to finish out tonight's broadcast. Take it away, boys.